right, News Extra Time on KNEB, brought to you by Darla Funeral Home. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Our guests today are Bob Kelley and Darla Heggem. We're going to talk about the Scottsbluff High School bond issue that you'll be looking at in November on, it's the first Tuesday of November. I think it's November 4th. And anyway, they're here. They're part of the Citizens Committee that is supporting this. Vote yes for SHS. And I took a tour yesterday, and it was interesting. It's very enlightening as to what the situation is at the school. And I guess, Bob, that'd be the first thing you'd ask people to do is take a tour, right?
Absolutely.
Or do one of the presentations, right?
Absolutely. John Harms asked me to serve on the committee. I said, well, let me take a tour of the high school before I make a decision. And I didn't even leave the high school when I called him and said, I'm on. Yeah. I was just really shocked. The condition of some of the things that the public don't see. They see the gymnasium at a sporting event. They see the auditorium at a musical event. They don't see the locker rooms. They don't see some of the classrooms that are small, outdated, with electrical plugs running every which way. So when I saw that, I said, I will definitely spend my time and effort to help in this endeavor to get a new high school.
Yeah. Now, the gym and the auditorium will remain.
That's correct.
The gym and the auditorium will remain. But the rest of the school, like we said, about 80% really needs an overhaul. And a lot of it, Darla, is safety, security, infrastructure, right?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that we're discovering, that they've discovered, is that, the electrical and the plumbing, and it's not that the building hasn't been well maintained. It's just simply outgrown itself, and it's come to its lifespan. They have classrooms that are about 650 square feet, and the average recommended size is 800 to 850 square feet. They're expecting to have about 1,000 kids in that school over the next 2 years, and right now they have 850. So classes are growing. They've got kids taking classes in what used to be closet and storage spaces, and so it's just it's renovating or a renewal of 80% of the school. It's not a brand new facility. It's a very fiscally responsible plan. They've done as much as they can. They're going to keep the geothermal that they invested in several years ago. But there are ADA compliance issues. There are safety issues with multiple entrances and exits. All of the things that, unfortunately, that we need to be aware of in the 21st century that we didn't have, I guess, issues with in 1960.
Yeah. One of the things we need to talk about is the security situation. They're going to do something different, Bob, with that. Kind of explain where they're going to put the entrance on the south side and just make that the main entrance.
Absolutely. There will be one main secured entrance going into the high school on the south. More importantly, when the public does come to a basketball game or to a volleyball game or to a school event, the public has pretty much access to everything, and that is a major concern. With the new renovations and the new construction, that will no longer be the case. They'll only have access to those public areas and not to the rest of the school. So that is going to be a big security improvement. Safety improvement. And that, as parents, that's what we're all concerned about. What you see in the paper, it happens at some of the schools across the country. Security is a paramount thing that's being addressed with this issue.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break and come right back after this.
Sensitive, comforting, personal. Darla Funeral Home. Let Darla Funeral Home help you when you have lost a loved one. We will help you honor them with unmatched service and artistry. Our team will help you carry on the legacy of your family members and friends. With over 100 years of experience, we offer professional and personal attention to every detail in the planning process. We also offer advanced planning as a continuation to our services. That's Darla Funeral Home. Our family serving your family for 3 generations.
Back on News Extra today, we have Darla Heggem here and Bob Kelley. They are part of the group, the citizens group that is supporting the bond issue that's on the November 4th ballot in the general election. And we've been talking about the situation with the high school. Like I said, I took a tour yesterday. I was very enlightened about the situation over there. The infrastructure, quite frankly, is really aged considerably. You got transformers that are rusting. You've got pipes that are not very good. You've got sewage backup in the locker rooms. It's just it's just not conducive to learning. And I guess, Darla, that's the one thing, the learning environment. You mentioned the classroom sizes. I couldn't believe how, maybe it'd been a while since I'd been in a classroom at Scottsbluff High, but the classrooms are very, very small when you're looking at putting 20 good-sized kids in a classroom. It's just, and that LifeLinks class that they had, and they used this grill back from the 30 years ago, that was an electrical hazard. So all of that, I guess, is part of what we're talking about here, right?
It is. When we look at the Learning Academy or the learning environment, and we begin to talk about the Career Academy environment, the infrastructure and the classrooms that are in place just aren't suitable for 21st century learning. Kids don't just do sit and get anymore. They want hands-on activities. They want relevant content. And that's very much the way that education is moving. And expanding the relationships with community members and with the business members, and allowing those kids to have internships and allowing those kids to have apprenticeships and work-based activities. But we need an environment that's reflective of that. One of the great pieces with this particular plan is expanding the construction and the ag facilities and having a live animal bay where students can bring their own livestock. We don't have enough kids interested in ag. So this is a great opportunity to find ways to kind of mine that field of students, to encourage them to go into the field of agriculture. But with that live animal bay, and students would be able to witness live births, but then you have your health sciences students that could also come and participate in something like that. They've had career academies in existence for a while, and with the Health Sciences Academy, they had 90 students sign up this year, but they've only got room for 60. And where healthcare is such a predominant industry in our community, it's important that we have a facility to allow those kids that are thinking about going into healthcare that might stay here or even move away and come back, that we do the most that we can to maximize those opportunities for those students.
All right. The last thing we want to do is you have, Bob, I think some dates or something there regarding presentations and tours, the latest tours, and people. You can go online at sbps.net, and get all the tour dates and all the presentation dates. But Bob will give you just the latest, the next few that you can write down, and maybe you can find a way to get there.
Thank you, Kevin. It was very important for our committee to inform the public in any way we can. And these presentations are to all walks of life and to all the different service organizations. So presentations for Optimist Club, October 16th at noon. The Kiwanis Club, October 23rd, also at noon at Skyport Restaurant. The Gearing Business Club, October 29th, also at noon. So I think they're doing one today at the Senior Center. So all the way up to the election, we will be giving presentations to the service clubs, the business clubs throughout the community.
All right. And again, there are a number of tours that you can take in order to kind of look at the schools, see what the situation is, and enlighten you about where they're at and the need for this. And all you have to do is call the school. You can call the high school, or you can get online at sbps.net. All right, you guys. Very good. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Darla Heggem, Bob Kelley, we appreciate their time this morning.
Thanks, Kevin.